Welcome back. We're reading today in the Psalm. Well, I guess we've been reading the Psalm this whole time, but we're reading Psalm 82 through 84 this time. So here we go. Chapter 82. God presides over heaven's court. He pronounces judgment on the heavenly beings. How long will you hand down unjust decisions by favoring the wicked? Give justice to the poor and the orphan. Uphold the rights of the oppressed and the destitute. Rescue the poor and helpless. Deliver them from the grasp of evil people. But these oppressors know nothing, they are so ignorant. They wander about in darkness, while the whole world is shaken to the core. I say, you are gods, you are all children of the Most High, but you will die like mere mortals and fall like every other ruler. Rise up, O God, and judge the earth, for all the nations belong to you. Psalm 83. O God, do not be silent, do not be deaf, do not be quiet. O God, don't you hear the uproar of your enemies? Don't you see that your arrogant enemies are rising up? They devise crafty schemes against your people. They conspire against your precious ones. Come, they say, let us wipe out Israel as a nation. We will destroy the very memory of its existence. Yes, this was their unanimous decision. They signed a treaty as allies against you. These Edomites and Ishmaelites, Moabites, Hagrites, Gebalites, Ammonites, and Amalekites, and people from Philistia and Tyre. Assyria has joined them too, and is allied with the descendants of Lot. Do to them as you did to the Midianites, and as you did to Sisera and Jabin at the Kishon River. They were destroyed in Endor, and their decaying corpses fertilized the soil. Let their mighty nobles die as Oreb and Zeb did. Let all their princes die like Zebah and Zalmunna. For they said, let us seize for our own use these pasture lands of God. O my God, scatter them like tumbleweed, like chaff before the wind. As a fire burns a forest and as a flame sets mountains ablaze, chase them with your fierce storm, terrify them with your tempest. Utterly disgrace them until they submit to your name, O Lord. Let them be ashamed and terrified forever. Let them die in disgrace. Then they will learn that you alone are called the Lord, that you alone are the Most High, supreme over all the earth. Psalm 84. How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord of heaven's armies. I long, yes, I faint with longing to enter the courts of the Lord. With my whole being, body, and soul, I will shout joyfully to the living God. Even the sparrow finds a home, and the swallow builds her nest and raises her young at a place near your altar. O Lord of heaven's armies, my King and my God, what joy for those who can live in your house, always singing your praises. What joy for those whose strength comes from the Lord, who have set their minds on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. When they walk through the valley of weeping, it will become a place of refreshing streams. The autumn rains will clothe it with blessings. They will continue to grow stronger, and each of them will appear before God in Jerusalem. O Lord God of heaven's armies, hear my prayer. Listen, O God of Jacob. O God, look with favor upon the King, our shield. Show favor to the one you have anointed. A single day in your courts is better than 1,000 elsewhere. I would rather be a gatekeeper in the house of my God than live the good life in the homes of the wicked. For the Lord God is our sun and our shield. He gives us grace and glory. The Lord will withhold no good thing from those who do what is right. O Lord of heaven's armies, what joy for those who trust you. This is a really beautiful Psalm 84, but I do want to just mention 83. This would be a great way for you to understand that Israel has been under attack for a really long time. And actually, as you're reading 83, it can read like it's reading right now. I mean, all of the treaties made against Israel and all of the fight against Israel, and God's people are still standing. And I would love for you to take 83 and just pray that over them today, and just pray that their enemies, actually, I love this because it's not just about the enemies dying, right? And the enemies being killed. It says this, that they will learn that you alone are called the Lord. That's the goal, right? The goal is that they would know God. That's the goal. The goal is that just like Paul was a terrorist, was going down the road killing Christians, God radically redeemed Paul, and a terrorist turned into an evangelist. So God, I believe God is doing that, wants to do that. I want other nations to know God. I don't want them just to be wiped off the face of the earth, but I do not want them to fight against Israel, trying to wipe Israel off the face of the earth and them always be under threat. And so I want us to pray for them. But I also want to just emphasize 84 again. Many of you know this, but it's important for us to meditate on this. And this is something for you to underline, highlight, keep in your mind all day long, that a single day in his courts is better than 1,000 anywhere else. I've had the chance to travel to a lot of different places, experience a lot of different things. I've had a blast, honestly, just traveling the world, getting to meet people, getting to see some of the coolest wonders of the world, things, you know. But there is nothing that I've ever experienced in my life like being in the presence of the Lord. And I want to settle that in your own heart for all the things that you're fighting for. If you've never experienced the presence of God, I just want you to pause. I just want you to stop. And I just want you to ask him to just fill the room where you're at. Just reveal himself to you. And there is something that you will receive. There's something that you can walk in that is so much better than anything else you can experience. I love that he says, I would rather be a gatekeeper in the house of my God than live a good life in the homes of the wicked. And you have to ask yourself that. Would I rather be that kind of person who just is a servant in the house of the Lord than be able to prosper with the wicked? And it's so important for us to always challenge ourselves and ask ourselves, is that me? And I want that to be me, and I want that to be a group of people who are willing to say there's no better place to be than in your presence.